Hello and welcome to Model Kit Beginner and another steamy day here in the South in Cape Town. My name is Roland and today I'm going to show you another kit. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Here you go. We're having a look at the Chevrolet Panel Truck 1933 from MPC. Now this is a very interesting, as you can see the box has been through the wars. But I think it's fair to assume that this is an older kit. We will check that out in a minute once we get to the history. But let's just have a look at the box. So here we go. That's the same as you see above. Now on the sides, let's go this way. Here we go. You see how you can build it. You can build it as a hot rod. And you can see, very interesting. Let's get a bit closer. Up, Roland. Here we go. It's Bud Anderson. Or Bud Anderson. The man from MPC designs another all-action kit that goes three-way, street hauler, wild competition, stock classic. Now I love that. I love that the designer of the kit is featured on the box. And Bud Anderson must have been quite a famous guy. Here on the other side you'll see the stock version. There you go, and obviously you see that also on the box art. And here on the side again they say a Chevrolet Panel Truck, a Bud Anderson Master Kit. What is it with Bud Anderson? Where does he come from? How old is this kit? What are they actually on about? Well, I think we'll go down and have a look at the history of this one. And here we are having a look at the Chevrolet Panel Truck 1933 from the fine folks over at MPC. Here you go. What Skalmage tells us that it came out in 1965. It is 1-2-25, part of the Chevrolet Masters series. Not so sure if these two are part of that. I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be. You guys have it in the stash, so that's wonderful. And we obviously were looking for this guy. What is he? Who is he? Who is he to us? Let's make that a bit bigger. His internet is not flush with photos of Bud the Cat Anderson. Now you might know that Bud the Cat Anderson worked with George Barris and other kit and car designers in the early 1960s. And he allegedly was responsible for the AMT Cat, which is the reason he's also known as Bud the Cat Anderson. He left AMT in 1964 and we see him on MPC boxes. After that I found a couple of boxes where his name was mentioned, and obviously we are lucky enough to have the Chevy Panel Truck which he has designed. So that's great. So that's Bud Anderson. Bud Anderson is now the late Bud Anderson. He has passed away, and very difficult to find specific now. Obviously you find a lot about Tom Daniels and you find a lot about George Barris. Bud Anderson is kind of flying underneath the radar. Howard Bud Anderson. So maybe you know a little bit more about them. If you do, please put it in the comments below. I would love to learn more about Howard Bud the Cat Anderson. Anyway, here we are. That is what we have on Scalemates. It's a 1965 kit from the fine folks over at MPC. As such, has never been reproduced, so that's the one and only, which you can see I have, which I'm very happy about. Right, but what is actually in that old somewhat dilapidated box? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's pop down to the bench and have a look. See you there. And here we are with our Chevrolet Panel Truck 1933 from MPC, as we have just found out. Issued in 1965 and never again after that. And done, and I just would like to honor his name, and I think we should do that a lot more often. We should have kit designers on the package so we know who actually designed the kit, like Bud the Cat Anderson. Wonderful, wonderful thing to have that on the box, and had a lot of fun trying to research somebody. A very low key man, as I said, not as well known as Tom Daniels and other car modifiers and model kit designers like George Barris, but still very, very important in the scene. Bud Anderson. Right, but let's have a look what is in that package here. So let's open this up. I mean, this package is what? 57 years old? 35, 45. 2005. 57 years old. Anyway, old enough. Right, we have the glass here. Which in those days they didn't worry about the glass. They just threw everything in. I don't know, maybe someone else opened it up and put everything in. And then we have the parts which just appear to have been chucked in here. Just put them to one side so I can show them to you later. Some yellow decals here as well. Right, jeez. Yes, that for the time was a fairly I'll just going to tip everything out here on the side, and I will show it to you as I go along. Right, but let's start first with the instruction sheet. Chevrolet panel truck, so it gives you different options. Oopsie, so didn't mean to hit the camera. Here we go. So I have to take a zip there. So it shows you different options. Stock steering wheel, different steering wheels, opening rear doors. All right, we'll have a look at that just now. All the different emblems down there. Isn't that great? Then sub-assemblies. You start with the wheels, which is interesting. Here we go. Oh, that looks like an all-plastic affair. So we'll have a look at that just now. Front axle. Then obviously in those days they still gave very good descriptions of what you have to do and when you have to do it. You will not see a color call out. That's all up to you. And let's have, here we go, get to the engine construction. Different types, engines, different engines. Here we go, here with the lovely air intake, the top blown version. Isn't that fantastic? Floorboard, windshield and headlights. That's how they spelled headlights in those days. Interesting, isn't it? Hood. And then what they call the fenders in the body pan. Then this stuff right over here. Assembly, and putting the transparent parts and the dashboard in. Then it even has one of these cool sun visors. Yeah. Look at that. And then the rear gets more, glass, they call it glass, more transparent plastic parts. Then the final assembly right here at the back, look at that. Bumpers, lights, and the wheels, spare wheel included. Then the hut right over here can be folded as shown in step 6, or you can cut off the sides to show the engine. Here we go. That is that option right over here. No decal placement, no color call outs. That just was not done in those days. Just not necessary. Schnick schnack. Who needs that anyway? Then we have the decals. There might have been not a call out, but there are some decals. I see some of them. That decal sheet went through the wars as the box went through the wars. 57 years of wars. Oh, look at that, the Hurst shifter emblem right over there. Isn't that fantastic? Image Racing tires, then the numbers. And the driver is Bud Anderson. Look at that. Oh, I love it. He put his own name in here. Oh, that's awesome. I hope I can rescue some of those decals. That just would be fantastic. Put it in the window, some UV light on. See what it does. Right. Let me just put that in a position where it doesn't get scratched anymore. Right, then we have the chrome. Let's go down here so we can see a little bit better. Right. Here we have wheels, other wheels. That's the one which we have on the box art. Very nice. We have the window frame and the bumpers right over here. 1965. This is not bad quality for 1965, I might just tell you. And there's another one coming up. Here we go. There is the front grille, the firewall in chrome. That's overdoing it a bit, isn't it? Lights right over here. They also are all in chrome. Then these are the vent shutters which go on the outside. There you go, all in chrome. You can make it up. Then some engine parts, valve covers, oil pan, everything in chrome. So you can decide if you want it in chrome, and if you leave the sides off, you can install these headers right over here. Pretty cool. Very, very cool. And it looks as the gear lever and the handbrake right over here. It's also in chrome. Quite sure what that is or where it goes. Yeah, very cool. So some of the parts you might want to dechrome, but otherwise very, very cool. I like it. Right, then we have tires. Oh, wait, you just wait a darn minute. Is that even true? Look at that. Oh, I also found that loose part right over here, which might go over where the spare wheel is. What do you think? I think so. But anyway, I found some soft tires in here, and there they are. So let's have a look at them together. Look at that nice small white wall stripe. Very, very pretty. And they are branded. Jeez, and it is small. Small print. Really don't know. Let me get my headlamp and see if I can see. Yes, it appears to be Goodyear. Goodyear branded cheese, but very, very difficult to see. I guess you can try to enhance it a little bit. Should you decide to build this? Here we go. Sorry, I'm finished now, rolling around at the camera. Hope you all didn't get too busy about that. Here we go. Right, so these are Goodyear branded tires. The branding rather small. You can either do them white or black wall tires. Very cool. I like it. Put them one side and put them extra plastic bag, because these old rubber tires are known to have a go at the transparent parts. And there are more tire parts. There are lots of single loose parts in this box. Obviously, it's an old. Let's take them as we find them. Right, there are other plastic tires which are Racemaster Dragster tires. So if you want to build the Dragster, you have tires as well, but these would be then the normal styrene tires. We have two of those. Obviously the counterparts on the other side. And then here we have smaller vinyl tires right over here, which appear to be unbranded. Two of those. I guess that's also for the Dragster, you know, small front wheels. Very cool, very cool, very cool. I see three of those. And yeah, these is other black wheel parts which I found here. Here I would assume is part of the steering wheel, especially the old ones. They're always huge. Or is it? No, I don't know. Maybe it's where you hold the spare wheel. Not sure. Anyway, this is what you find in the box. Other interesting parts like this one here. Pretty cool, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, I'll show you the bonnet or hood just now. Just go here through the other loose parts. Well, the steering wheel is right over here. One of them anyway. Pretty cool, huh? Let's maybe take a... There we go. You can see that like that. So there you go. Steering wheel. Very nice. Needs some tender loving care. Seems to have been bumped around as well. There's a little bit of damage over here. But yeah, that's a steering wheel. Lots of other funny parts. Well, there we go. Seats. Let's have a look at the seats right over here. They also, geez, that box went through the walls. Look at those parts, especially those parts which were loose in there. Got quite a bit of damage in there, so there will be some restoring to be done. Anyway, these are the seats. Very simple. To be expected. Backside of wheels, don't need to show you that. This looks like might be the tank underneath the seat or somewhere else. Anyway, that's what it looks like. And here we have the bonnet right over here. This is where the ventilation flaps go in, and that's what it looks like. Oh, from the top. Oh, it's just the hinges there in the center. Very cool. We have a part like this, which looks to be part of the... Sorry about the noise, we have a very, very strong wind here in Cape Town. The Southwester Cape Doctor is certainly in. That makes a bit of noise. Anyway, here is the part of the dashboard, I would assume. You haven't seen any dashboard decals now. It just was not done in those days, was it? Right, am I done with single parts? More small tires. Right, let's have a look at this one. So we have seen there looks like a radiator right over here. This is part of the front assembly, back parts of wheels, back parts of the plastic tires. These also seems to be back parts of some tires. Very cool, very cool. Models were different in those days, weren't they? Just right, let's have a look what we have here. More wheels. So if you wanted to decide to go for wire wheels, yes, you could. And here, it's not the finest wire wheel, but boy, from 1965 is probably pretty cool. We have engine and engine parts right over here. Not too much detail. Don't see a distributor or any of that. Oil filter, nah. But yeah, that's what you have as the engine. Oh, and here we have another engine which looks certainly a bit more detailed right over here. Very nice, looks like a straight six. Oh, I love me a good straight six. And looks to have a little bit more detail. Here is the exhaust drive shaft right over here. Some other parts. Yeah, this actually could be also be battery operated, I want you to know. Yes. Then we have the whole rear suspension with drive shaft as one construction. There appears to be another rear suspension where you can do it differently. And then obviously some leaves. That looks like a differential, that looks like a differential. Surely it wasn't a 4x4, so there must be two different ways to build that, which is great. We have the frame right over here, pretty cool. So that side you obviously will never see. So this is the bottom side, and that's not too bad. I guess that's where the tank goes, which we have just seen. And the rest is just a bit of cleanup, and you're ready to go. That flash which is around here is actually quite thick. Yeah, about that. Then we have bottom pans and rear doors. Here we have the rear doors. Pretty cool. I love that. Then we have the bottom pan. There we go, nothing too exciting. It has some detail here in the wheel hubs, that's very nice. I've seen those just being plain, and this is not plain, so they have a bit of the braces in and that kind of stuff. Front part they certainly have, which is very nice. And it looks like you can put 2 spare wheels in here, look at that, 1, 2. And then last but not least, we have the body itself. It has a structured vinyl kind of roof. Very nice, very nice. And this is where the apparently opening doors go in. Pretty cool, like that a lot. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I haven't showed you the glass yet. I will obviously pack that because there was just floating around in there. Nothing has broken off. Some polishing will be in order, but it even has lights for the front lights. Look at that, look at that. There are lots of kits which came out a lot later didn't have that. Side windows, front window. No, that's not the side windows, that's the windows for the back doors. Yeah, they didn't have any side windows. Here we go. And that needs to be extra. Tires need to be extra. And that, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, was the Chevrolet Panel Truck 1933 from the fine folks over at MPC, designed by the late Bud Anderson. Right. Let's move back up to come to a conclusion and say goodbye. And here we are, back upstairs. Sweaty, but don't want to put the aircon on because then you can't hear me at all. Thing makes a hell of a racket. Right, and that was the Chevrolet Panel Truck 1933. I love it. I think it's awesome. I love that it is a 1965 edition without a doubt. There was never a repop, which is great. I love it that Bud Anderson's face is on here. That is also great. It really is made and little in USA, no made in China on this one, and it just appears to be a wonderful, wonderful kit for the age. Will I build it? Will I keep it as an investment? No, heck no. I build all my kits, and I will build this one as well, but of course I will be aware that it is an old kit. Maybe put in something extra in, some extra effort. I'm not going to change anything, not going to put extra parts in it. I think this deserves to be built into one of the options which is given in the box and description. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, having a look at the Chevrolet Panel Truck 1933, popped in 1965 from the fine folks over at MPC and designed by the late Bud Anderson. Thanks very much for popping in, hope you all enjoyed that. And you guys have a lovely day further, and greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.